Fans, thank you so much for coming out today with so many people. Great energy, some of y'all have been waiting since 5 a.m. or whatever. Thank you so much. It was all we expected and even more. See you soon.
All right, cool. So let's go ahead and put this circle right here. And this is a circle of trust. So we're going to go through. I'll start. And so we're going to go through name.
Luke, how did we arrive at 7? I know the HB has 40 and
Yeah.
3 was taken.
Yeah. No, I've never worn the number 4. Honestly, for me, and I feel like in the time of life for me and my family, like 7's a big number of like covenant and fulfillment and order and the faith. And so that's kind of what called me to it. And the secondary reason was I just hoped to be a third of the player that Tim Duncan was.
So you're good at math.
Oh, love multiples, factors. Yeah, break it all down. Yeah.
Luke, what sold you on San Antonio? What was the overriding factors?
They were. I feel like just. Honestly, I know a lot of people from here, and so I feel like my impression of the organization and of the city is just. I'm nothing but positive, and I kind of felt like me and my wife just in the last month or so talking about it, and I think just honestly being really excited for the opportunity to kind of take on more responsibility and kind of have this sort of next wave of life and our career. And I just feel like through the process, I also feel like how I can fit with the team on the court and what I can kind of provide. I feel like, honestly, just looking forward to really being a part of that and just helping win. But I honestly just felt like a time for kind of this calling to just more responsibility. And, I'm grateful for all the time that I had in Boston. And I feel like it was a really appropriate place for the last several years, and grateful for all the opportunity that it was. But I just kind of felt led, and then I feel like throughout the process, it just felt like San Antonio was really the place that kind of had everything that we'd hoped for, and just felt peaceful in it.
Did D. White give you any insight to the organization?
A lot of good word about Las Palapas, apparently, as a place. No, for sure. Like, there's quite a few people in Boston who have been here in San Antonio before, and Derek had nothing but positive things to say. And I know a few people, but part of the organization just kind of precedes itself. But then Derek, obviously, like, it was such a great place for him, and he's kind of come to his own in Boston. And I feel like I got called up to Boston, and he got traded there at the same time. So I feel like it was interesting to see him kind of grow into a new place after a place that he'd really cherished for a lot of years. And just grateful to be able to be a part of this.
Being a third of Tim Duncan was a pretty good outcome.
I'd like to think so, yeah.
What do you as a player, how do you see yourself fitting alongside guys like Victor and whoever else on the roster? What do you bring to the court?
Yeah, I think it's pretty exciting in terms of that, because I feel like, obviously Victor's got great skills, and then like De'Aaron and Stefan, and obviously getting like Dylan Harper. So I feel there's a good mix of, obviously Victor's talented where I feel like we could be able to play together. And I did that some with Kristaps Porzingis in Boston in the past year, and Al Horford. And I feel like having a lot of experience with that, both defensively and offensively, how to be able to play. And then being able to be like a good pick and roll partner, I feel like, with a lot of the downhill guards. And then, for me, like, kind of the keys to my game, especially now, are just protecting the rim, which I feel like me and Victor could be obviously really confident together in, but especially when he's off the floor, being able to provide that. And then, offensive rebounding has also become a big part of just being able to add possessions. So a fun part about it is that, like, it's going to look different than what it has like a year before me, and every single year of playing is kind of like a new situation of figuring out how to like best play. But I'm looking forward to, figuring out that optimal way with this group, and with how Mitch wants us to play, and just start integrating that and kind of finding out what those best answers are.
From an age standpoint, you're one of the senior guys on the roster. What's it going to be like, do you think, working with this young group?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a bit of a new experience where obviously I've been playing the last couple of years with a very experienced group. And I think, honestly, I just hope to be able to just serve in whatever way I can. And I don't think there's any, like, you're walking in feeling like you're teaching anybody, but really just all kind of in there together figuring it out. I feel like having the experience that I've had, and us having won a championship in Boston and having a lot of playoff experience and stuff like that too, you just start growing a better understanding of how your team needs to work, like the maturity that's sort of required of just how quickly you can recognize and acknowledge what your strengths are and how to cover up your weaknesses and stuff like that on the court. So I really just hope to be able to just kind of facilitate that process for us on the court. And I feel like one of my skills has always just been being able to try to learn how other players on my team see the game and just being able to help them and kind of help the team, kind of augment those to the best of their abilities. So I just look forward to that new opportunity with a different group of players, and so that we as the Spurs can really, kind of become the best version of ourselves and just keep growing.
I've seen that Victor was back here this morning.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to talk to him? Did he thank to welcome you here?
Yeah, I did. There's quite a few guys around this morning, so I got to really meet them all. And yeah, Victor was here, and I was going around doing physical stuff and testing and all these kinds of things. So I look forward to actually being able to, start working out with guys and be in the room and just start kind of developing those relationships and getting going on that end. As much as is a pretty exciting time of transition, it's like the favorite part is when you actually get to work and you get to face challenges and you get to try to figure those out together is really, to me, the best part about basketball. So obviously we still got some time until that really kicks in, but it'll be a nice process of coming along in that.
Thanks, Luke.
Yeah.
Thank you all for coming today on this beautiful, beautiful morning. This is an amazing day, not only for the Spurs organization, not only for the McCombs family, but for our entire community right here in San Antonio and the Alamo City. I'm Jacob Toby. I'm the television play-by-play announcer for the Spurs, and I'm excited to be in front of such rich Spurs history, including the family that brought the Spurs to San Antonio back in 1973 and made this day possible. Give it up for the McCombs family. We're here to celebrate a project that's been 4 years in the making, 4 years, and ultimately represents the past, the present, and the future of the Spurs and our community here in San Antonio. Just steps from where we sit was where Hemisphere Arena stood. And to kick us off today, we have the man that wowed the crowd at Hemisphere. Throwback to March 6, 1982, when he scored a league record 50 points in that building. Number 44, the Iceman, George Gervin.
Ain't that something? That was a long time ago. A lot of y'all wasn't born. Hey, Red McCombs Community Court. Wow. Y'all just don't know how proud I am. McComb family, thank you very much for considering me to be a part of this day. It's a special day for me. When you say Hemisphere, I think about Hemisphere Arena. I got something special that a lot of y'all here don't have. Red was my friend. Me and Red spent a lot of quality time together, and to be able to be a part of this event, and him and Charlene, wow, y'all. I mean, it is really something special for me. As I look at them smiles on y'all faces, McComb family is truly deserving. We wouldn't be here without Red. I know it for a fact. Because I was here during that time when his vision was just starting to play out. And look at us now. Look at us now, y'all. My Spur family, we love you. We're gonna always love you. We're gonna cherish, what he built. And I just want to thank you all for making me a part of this, and love you. Thank you very much. Okay.
Oh, I think it's Susan Thompson now. There you go.
I'll share the podium with you, though.
So will Melissa. All right. Come up here. All right. It is with enormous enthusiasm that we welcome everyone this glorious morning. I'm Susan Thompson, President and Executive Director of the Hemisphere Conservancy. We are thrilled to see all of you here in Hemisphere District, the place where San Antonio meets. We especially welcome all of our community members and partners who made this possible. To the McCombs family, of course, and members of the Spurs organization, Spurs Give, and their board, and of course, our beloved Spurs players, both past and present. To our H Park and Hemisphere Conservancy board members, raise your hands. And to our San Antonio council members in attendance, Councilwoman Villagran from District 3 and Councilwoman Meza Gonzalez from District 8. On behalf of Hemisphere, I want to extend our heartfelt gratitude to the McCombs family and Spurs Give for their respective gifts, which made all of this possible. Because of your generosity, Hemisphere is now home to downtown San Antonio's only publicly accessible outdoor basketball court. While your gifts were officially given 3 years ago, the planning started way before that to make this beautiful amenity possible. This space, the Red McCombs Community Court, is so much more than a court. It is an investment in our community. We are here in Tower Park, the third and final park in the Hemisphere Master Plan. This space is focused on creating a welcoming, vibrant space where residents and visitors of all ages can come together, be active, and celebrate physical, mental, and social wellness. We look forward to continuing to grow the Hemisphere District as a place of accessibility for all in our community, as well as for our valued visitors. Continued philanthropy and community invest will ensure that the vision of San Antonio's citizens established over a decade ago for Hemisphere, our downtown urban parks area, will be achieved. We are the place where San Antonio can meet, eat, live, splash, celebrate, dance, play, and connect. Thank you, McCombs family and Spurs Give, for trusting Hemisphere to create this beautiful community court for all of us. And now I want to introduce my esteemed colleague and friend and counterpart at Hemisphere, Melissa Robinson, interim CEO of H Park.
Thank you, Susan. Well, this is exciting, is an understatement. This has been 4 years in the making. We are very proud and honored to have been a part of this project to deliver this amazing community court. Kids, what do you think? Thumbs up? Thumbs up. All right, good deal. We love that. Well, as Susan said, my name is Melissa Robinson. I'm honored to serve as the interim CEO of Hemisphere Park Area Redevelopment Corporation. Today, we do celebrate the first project completed here at Tower Park that really brings the Hemisphere vision to life. We're excited for what's to come in this space, and this project certainly will be a catalyst for that. I would be remiss if I didn't recognize the entire team effort that went into creating this project. So I would like to give recognition to the architect, GVI, who's here, I believe, Mallett's Construction, who built this project in these very tight conditions, Paid Dawson Engineers, who helped us figure out how it would drain and all the good stuff to get the lights on, Clary Zimmerman was the electrical contractor, a designer, and then Gessner Engineering, who spent a lot of time helping us get the structure right. I will tell you, I was talking to one of the Spurs earlier, or the Spurs team, and they said, yeah, you guys went away for like a year and a half, and then this happened. I'm like, yeah, that's what happens sometimes in development. We've got to make the sausage. So amazing job to that team. I also want to congratulate the Hemisphere team and just say what a tremendous job everyone on the team has done to make this happen. We are in partnership with the city as well, the Parks Department, the Park Police, to manage the space, and of course the city leadership who has entrusted us with delivering the great public parks that you have in Hemisphere. When you think of San Antonio, there's a few things that we can all agree on. We love our community, we love our history, and we love the parks that we can play in together. This project honors the legacies of the McCombs family and our beloved Spurs right in the heart of San Antonio. Hemisphere is a place where everyone belongs, and this court is an example of that, uniting generations, as we have here today, and certainly neighborhoods that surround us. I'll give you a little stats now. Since the redevelopment of Hemisphere began, more than 6 million people have visited Hemisphere. It's a pretty big number. And alone last year, in 2024, we welcomed 1.6 million visitors to the park. This year, we celebrate the 10-year anniversary, hard to believe, of Yanaguana Garden, which was the first park that we opened. And earlier this year, we celebrated the opening of the second phase of Civic Park, which now allows pedestrian connectivity through the district for the north-south for the first time in over 50 years. That's a huge milestone. And today we celebrate the activation of this third phase to continue that vision. Our visitors come from every city council district, proof that we're downtown. Hemisphere is truly a park for everyone. It's in the heart of downtown, but it really belongs to all of San Antonio. So in closing, I'll say the new Red McCombs Community Court is more than a place to play basketball, although it's pretty legit to play basketball, I must say. As a huge basketball fan, I can say that. It's a symbol of community pride. This is where San Antonio meets. And with today's opening, we've created another reason for neighbors across our city to gather and connect and be together. Guided by our vision and use plan for Tower Park, developed with the community and the community involvement, as everything in Hemisphere has been, we look forward to continuing to bring the life of this vision San Antonio imagined for the future. So we just thank you so much for being here. We thank you for the investment. We thank you for the love of community. And we welcome you to play. Thank you. And now, you're welcome.
Good morning, good morning. What a beautiful, beautiful morning for a beautiful moment in our city's history, in the heart of our city. My name is Patricia Mejia, and I have the great pleasure of serving as Chief Impact and Inclusion Officer. I'd like to start by thanking Sita and Connie and Marcia for all the phone calls that we had to get to this moment, and to the group at Hemisphere who really worked literally years to make this moment happen. Thank you for allowing us to be part of it. You both are undeniably an incredible piece of our team's history, and more importantly, what the future of this city will look like. So thank you for allowing us to be part of it. This court is a contribution from Spurs Give as part of a long-standing history that was really built by Red McComb. For those of you who don't know, Spurs Give was founded in 1988 under Red's leadership. You can see by other people's comments, the reason is the deep connection to community and the deep commitment that his family continues to our community. This court is a reflection of so many other opportunities that the Spurs Give has created throughout all of San Antonio. Over 20 parks in San Antonio alone, several others in Austin. We even have a couple in France, and we have some in Mexico. The mission remains the same. It's using courts as an opportunity to bring families together, to use the power, the uniting power of sport, to really create a space to play for young people, for our future, but just an incredible space to hang. For some courts, it's a sense of pride. For others, it's a sense of community. Each court has its different feel. Here, we're at the heart of our community. I just want to end by thanking the family for allowing us to be a part of it, for trusting us to really live out Red's legacy. Without further ado, I'll tell you how I started my morning, stressed about whether I wear in honor of Red boots or incredible shoes. And I got the honor to start the day with George, and now I have the honor of passing it off to David, someone who we all know has been committed to this community for over 35 years. I'd like to welcome up Hall of Famer David Robinson.
I always put these things so low. No, it's really a joy for me. This court is just a continuation of the leadership that Red and Charlene showed. When I got here, I think the greatest thing that I felt like I could be attached to was what this team was doing for the community. You know, one of the things they emphasized to me when I got here was, oh, you know, we may have to move the team out of the city if we don't, you know, build up the fan base and make sure that we're able to make the team viable. And And not only were we able to make the team viable, but we were able to make the team extremely successful. And we've been able to win championships. We've been able to do more than that. We've been able to build community. And that's because of leadership. Leadership like Red, Charlene. Charlene is one of my favorite people in the world. My heart melted when I came up here and I saw her name on the edge of the court, because we had a little special thing. I don't know if Red was aware of this, but you know, every time I saw her, she just lit up like a light bulb, and she made my day every time I saw her. And so this is just a wonderful way to remember her and her influence in this team and in this community. I really want to thank the McCombs family for just letting me be a part of this. This is important. It's an important building block. For me, vision is everything. The Bible says, without vision, for a lack of vision, my people perish. And we can't just survive. We've got to think ahead. We've got to plan for the future. How are we going to bring people together? You know, and so 30 years ago, for Red to start bringing us together in this way, and then create future leaders like myself, and now you got Wemby, and you got George, and you got an incredible legacy of people here who are willing to take the torch and run further, and make sure that as a city we grow into what we need to be, what we can be. And so this is a part of that. This is a really important part of that. And so I think it's a great testimony to what Red and Charlene were able to start in a part of their vision, and that vision that we all want to carry on and make this city everything that it possibly can be. And so I'm very proud to be a part of this today and be a brick in what we're building as a community. And I hope we all take that as an example, that leadership that we learned from the McCombs family, and we push it farther. But we continue to push, because we're not what we should be. We're not what we can be yet. We've got to look beyond what we see right here, and we've got to see the future. And if you can't see the future, you're not going anywhere. And I watch a lot of families, and I get to work with a lot of families here with our schools, and I see parents who have a vision, parents who know where they want their children to go, parents who see the future, are the ones who end up having great success. And those kids have great success because there was a vision before them. And so I'm excited to be a part of this, because this is just one step, but we're gonna make this city everything that it can be. And I'm proud to be a San Antonian today, so thank you. I want to bring up Peter Holt.
They always make these things too tall. Well, geez, I want to follow that guy. Holy cow. Thank you, David. And thank you for everybody coming out. I think today what represents for me is that positive community impact is and has always been the #1 priority of the Spurs, period. We love championships, we love business success, but at the end of the day, it's about community impact. And today's a very special physical reminder of that. So thank you to the entire McCombs family and all the people that made this happen. It's definitely a reminder that partnership is what drives the city of San Antonio forward, and that partnership is really important. One quick, I don't know if it's a story, but memento from the McCombs family that I have is still on my desk. I have one of Red's cards that says Red McCombs in red, and at the bottom it says expect to win. And I keep that card front and center because it's a reminder to me, not necessarily of naive confidence that, hey, you're gonna win all the time, but the resilience that comes with that motto and that reminder internally that if you have a vision, if you have a great team, that you should expect to win. And I think that ethos is really important for San Antonio, and it stays with me. So I appreciate everybody that made this happen, and I'd like to invite Marcia and some of the McCombs family to come up and really get us to a point where we can really unveil the court. Yeah.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you.
Thank you, Peter, very much. I am Marcia Shields, and I am only at the mic representing the McCombs family, but there are a lot of us here including my sisters, Linda McCombs and Connie McNabb, and our husbands, and our children, and even some of our grandchildren. So I'm going to ask them all to please stand up. And then I'm going to ask Sita to come forward. My niece Sita is going to help me by reminding us all of the creative genius who designed what you see on the court.
We, the McCombs family, really would like to thank Austin artist Will Bryant, who designed the kind of magical San Antonio Spurs art underneath your feet. So, Will, thank you so much.
So as you can imagine, this is indeed a special day for our family. But I can assure you that if my parents were here, Red and Charlene McCombs would be very proud and intensely honored by this basketball court. If they were here also, each one of you would have been greeted and hugged by my mother as you arrived, and my father would many speakers ago have come and commandeered this microphone to tell you stories about Hemisphere and the Spurs. So we're going to go back into a little bit of history, and I will fill in for my dad, and hugs are available if you need that for my mom. How did we get here? Well, for our family, today it's kind of a full circle event because my father was a part of a group of visionaries. David talked about vision. Well, in San Antonio, we had a group of civic and business visionaries who worked very hard to build our city, especially in the 1960s and 70s. Probably the most audacious plan this group came up with was San Antonio hosting a World's Fair in 1968. But they did it. It took years of work, of preparation, of building. The tower was no small feat. The arena, this entire park, everything we're on today is part of Hemisphere from 1968 and the vision of those leaders. My father found during the process something that really disturbed him. He found out that there were a lot of people that didn't know a lot about San Antonio. He couldn't believe it. Not only that, there were some people who didn't even know there was a San Antonio, Texas. And it became his goal to put San Antonio on the map, as he described it. But he couldn't figure out how to do it. It seemed like the best known cities in the country had professional sports teams, and they were now starting to broadcast games on televisions that were now in everyone's home. I know it's hard to believe, but that was a change. So he cooled his heels. They all kept doing great things to build our community. And one day he got a phone call from a friend who actually worked with an ABA professional team in Dallas called the Dallas Chaparrals. And the guy said, this team is in a lot of distress. These owners are not happy. I think you ought to come see him. So Red grabbed his friend Angelo Drossos. They went to Dallas and they did what my father always does. He made a deal. He convinced the owners to give him a lease for the basketball team with an option to purchase the team. The team was relocated to San Antonio. Not too long after that, the team was renamed the San Antonio Spurs. Many of those visionary leaders were some of the original investors in the team. And one game at a time, one player at a time, and certainly the Iceman James Silas, Kobe Dietrich, later followed by David Robinson, Tim Duncan, and now the torch is being carried by Victor Wembanyama, put this city not just on the US map, we are on the world map. And that made my father happier than anybody could ever know. And today our family is very proud to partner with the Spurs and with Hemisphere, key parts of who we all are in this community, in the investment in this court. Now, all this long speechifying, we have one more thing to do, and then one thing I want to do an ad for. In just a moment, we're going to have everybody, I don't know, Jacob's going to give us the instructions. Probably kind of just turn around and watch something because we have to unveil the logo. But before that, please, as soon as that's over, don't leave, because in just minutes, you will see history made when youth from San Antonio get on this court with members of the San Antonio Spurs and play basketball in a basketball clinic for the first time ever on the Red McCombs Community Court. So, Jacob.